Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm back today. We are talking about Nutrition Month. So, this entire month we'll be discussing about nutrition, and we have been talking about everything so far. Right now, because we are transitioning into the spring season, right? We're going to talk more about what not to eat. Often, people don't change anything in their diet. I've known clients who would eat the same breakfast, the same thing for lunch, the same thing for dinner, 365 days of the year with slight variation, right? And that is not what you need to do. See, the one thing is, if you want to stay healthy within different seasons, right? Because environment has an impact on our body as well. You will have to transition your diet throughout different seasons. So when you're moving from winter towards spring, you have to kind of let go of certain foods and add certain foods that are going to be beneficial. At the same time, when we go into summer, your diet will change. When we go into fall, your diet will change. And when we go into winter, again, your diet will have to transition if you want to stay healthy, right? And this is the number one thing. So if you're watching it live, just let me know if you are someone who will change your diet every season, or do you eat the same thing all the time, right? And no judgment, this is just something that we have to be mindful about, right? So I change my diet all the time depending on the environment, depending on also how I feel, right, in my body. Because of all the Ayurvedic knowledge that I have, I can make those easier transitions when I start seeing certain symptoms, or even the what we call prodromal symptoms in myself, right? So if you want to stay healthy, number one thing you need to do is make sure your diet is aligned with your lifestyle, with the season mainly, right? Always go for a seasonal transition. Also, I'll be talking a lot about this in the spring reset that I'm hosting. If you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. If you are on Facebook, there's a link attached to the description here, and I'll be posting the link in the comments as well, right? So let's get started. So, what are some qualities, right? So, today, rather than talking about just the five foods, let's talk about the five main qualities that you need to get rid of, and then we'll take the foods up, right? So anything that's heavy, anything that's oily, anything that's very mucus building or kapha promoting, right? Anything that's cold and watery, these are the foods that need to be avoided, right? So the number one thing you need to avoid this season is avocados, right? Like, do not eat a lot of avocados. I know many of my clients, also my friends, are on this avocado toast bandwagon where every morning they'll wake up, they'll have like a toast either with some avocado, but avocado is heavy and oily, which are also the qualities of kapha, right? So kapha is the bioenergy or the dosh that's dominant this time of the year. So if you are having a lot of phlegm, or if you're prone to allergies, or if you just feel heavy, if you're unable to lose weight, these are all related to an excess cough buildup in the body, right? So kapha dosh, what you have to do is you have to minimize the intake of avocados, minimize the even the intake of ghee. Do not have too much ghee, because as much as we love ghee, I use it in my cooking all the time, it is heavier to digest, right? Any saturated fats are going to be heavier to digest. So, avocado, ghee, like too many fats, right? You have to minimize those. You can have small amounts of olive oil, you can have small amounts of sesame oil this season, and I'll be talking more about what you can have in tomorrow's video. So, avoid a lot of, heavy foods, avoid red meat, right? So if you are somebody that's, accustomed to having like a lot of meat, especially beef or pork, or even seafood. So for seafood, people think it's way lighter to digest as compared to any of the animal proteins, but it's not true. Certain seafoods, especially the crustaceans, they are pitta provoking as well. Any kind of shellfish is going to provoke the pitta as well as kapha. So you don't want to have too much of it, right? So the number one thing we talk about is avoid heavy foods. Heavy foods would include anything that's heavy to digest. We're talking about avocados, we're talking about uh, beef, pork. We're also talking about excess amounts of ghee, right? So use very little ghee, use very little oil. The second thing you need to absolutely avoid this season is anything that's deep fried, right? So deep fried is not your friend. Again, it's going to be extremely heavy by the quality of frying. So anything like French fries, or if you're frying any kind of, broccoli tots, like even a healthy dish, if you're frying it like falafels and stuff, you're going to make it not so healthy, right? So the second one is fried food. The third one is mucus building foods, especially dairy, right? So dairy is a known phlegmy food. So if you're having excess amounts of yogurt every single day, I've known my clients to have, probiotic yogurt every single day because they think it's super beneficial to them, right? But in spring season, yogurt or anything that's, um, mucus building like dairy is not the best option, right? You can have buttermilk. Buttermilk is, um, I'll talk about it tomorrow how it's made. Definitely. So avoid anything like milk, avoid dairy, avoid yogurt, avoid any kind of soft cheeses, especially this season. So this is something you need to avoid, right? The fourth is cold foods, anything that's cooler in temperature. So if you're used to ice cold water, or if you're used to some beverages that are really cold, if you're used to, putting like ice cubes or slushies or frozen smoothies, right? So frozen smoothies are going to be heavy. They're also going to be mucus building, and they're also going to be extremely cold. So again, avoid that for the spring season, right? And anything like water has to be either room temperature, warm or hot is even better, right? Warm water this season, but not extremely cold water. And the fourth one is, again, this is something that I think most of you will be surprised to learn about, but do not have foods that are excess watery, right? Do not increase your water consumption too much in the spring season, like cucumbers or even zucchini, or certain kind of squashes like, spaghetti squash, watermelons and stuff. So avoid those watery vegetables in this season, right? So these are the five main qualities that you need to watch out for and not have too much in this season. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about what you should be eating in the spring season, right? And there is this amazing reset that I host every year. I already have 15 participants signed up for it. We will be doing a whole foods cleanse. So we are supporting our body with the power of whole foods. I'm going to add foods like amla berry, certain recipes which have higher antioxidant values. I'm going to add certain foods that will naturally help with glutathione, which is like a master antioxidant in the body as well, right? So these are going to be amazing recipes. We are all going to do this reset from 11th of April till April 17th. And before that, there's a masterclass. And after the reset, we always have a post reset party for the feedback, right? So I have 15 people already signed up. I do have limited spots. So if you are considering it, please get in touch with me, or please click the link in the bio and sign up for it. This year I've put it at the best price I ever have. And I would love to see you all there, right? So thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock. And tomorrow we will be talking about what exactly to eat, right? 5 foods that you need to incorporate this spring. And please share this video if you have that friend who has the same breakfast every time, if you have a friend that's eating smoothies all the time, right? Or avocado toast as, their breakfast, you need to show them this video, right? So thank you once again for watching. Feel free to share this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.